Michaela Sambanis, we just heard your keynote, drama activities in the foreign language classroom and teacher training. What sparked your interest in the subject in the first place?
Of drama.
And neuroscience.
And neuroscience.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, drama or theaters is, I couldn't live without. You know, it's just there's no way not to go to theaters and enjoy performances, and also to be part of performances, because what we do in everyday life, often we perform. And so I started as a kid to put up plays and had my own little drama group, formed my own little drama group, and carried on ever since. I think it brings me immense satisfaction and joy to do it. So then I wrote my doctoral thesis, and it was about French theater. So again, the theater topic came back to me, then I was always interested in finding something out about how the black box, our brain works, and to shed a light and know something about what's going on in there. With respect to what drama does to us, what theater does to us, and language learning and all that. So one day I got a call from the transfer center, from the head of the transfer center of neuroscience and learning at the University of Ulm, asking me whether I was interested to take over a research unit. And I said yes, and it was a great adventure, and I learned a lot, and that's when it really sparked.
And I think you're making researchers very happy because you're justifying their beliefs.
Sometimes, yes, but still, as a researcher, you have to be open-minded, and from a researcher's perspective, every result is a good result. So even if I find out that something does not work, this is an important result too, and I have the duty, or I feel obliged to communicate this. So when I find out something works, that's great, and when I can kind of explain it, yeah, in terms of what's going on in the black box and so on. But also when something does not work. This is important too.
And from a neuroscientific point of view, what are the key factors of successful learning?
One very strong factor of influence is emotions, and that we see learners as whole personalities. They have a body, not only mind. It's not only cognition. When you think about learning, it's like it automatically triggers the notion of cognition in us, and this is not wrong, but it's only half of the truth. So there are always those emotions involved in all those learning processes and everything we do. So, and as I've tried to explain in my talk, the body is our receptor. So the brain gets all the impulses from outside through our body. Through the sense organs. So we have the possibility to use this potential in the classroom. So why limit it at eyes, ears, and brain if you have the full choice? Yeah? And I think that's the important thing. Emotions, and of course we know that the teacher is very important in the classroom. Dominant factor of influence.
You said that positive emotions enhance memory. However, we are very capable of remembering painful and negative experiences. Why is that?
Yes, if an experience is to be remembered because it might be life-threatening for us, for example, then our brain has the duty to store these memories for safekeeping. Yeah? In the cases of a negative learning experience, we try to filter out things that we found were boring, or we couldn't see why we had to learn or memorize certain things, and then we try to, our brain avoids to link these entries. But you're right that for certain negative emotions, we need to remember that. Yeah.
And would you recommend that students incorporate gestures when they try to learn vocabulary? In essence, what I'm asking is there something like a self-help program you can recommend to students when they do their studying?
As again, I didn't get the
like one of the professors said, all the Irish students are going through their Leaving Cert test right at the moment. Is there something they can do to enhance their own learning?
Yeah, there's a lot you can do. Apart from gestures, you could also walk, which is can be a very nice mnemonic device. When you take a certain path, or you go to the park, for example, and say, okay, I start at the main entrance, and I stop there and memorize something there at the main entrance, and then I move on to, let's say, the pond, and I memorize a different bit there. And you do this path like 2 or 3 times and memorize always the same bits at the same stops on your way or spots. Then, when you have to reactivate the knowledge, you go back to the places, and it helps you remember. Really, you get access to it. Thinking of the pond, it's right there.